episode, Bully Scholarship Edition and Astro Rescue Mission, and we prepare for Halloween with something spoopy. So grab a drink and let's talk some BS. Brilliant start. Hey, hello people.
Hi.
Welcome to Let's Talk BS. You know how we started the last podcast we did by going, we're going to be knackered and it's going to be really low energy and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Deja vu!
I know, right? I felt like maybe this is we should just call it the Tired Boys podcast or something like.
Rebrand. Let's
talk...
just rebrand the whole thing. Just them tired boys.
No. Actually, no. It's Let's Talk Being Shattered. That's what it is.
Yeah, and you didn't swear.
I know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't done one of those in a while.
So, usually we'd start by being like, cracking open a beer, let's talk, let's be some lads on a podcast
Oi,
talking.
Oi.
We've started off this podcast with a nice cup of tea.
Yeah.
Because we're that hardcore.
Yeah, we're awesome. But, the thing is, right, the weather's starting to get cold now. It's getting to that point of the year, isn't it? You just sort of want to just cuddle up and just be chill, so
I mean, yeah, we can say it's that, but the real reason for me is I've just got off a train replacement bus.
Yeah,
thing,
I mean that didn't help.
Which took like 2 hours for me to get to you over what it usually would. And it kind of that journey knackered me, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm not entirely sure
me.
why.
So yeah, I did say like, look, it's fine. Let's not do it. But like, you already bought his ticket.
My response was, well, I bought the ticket now, so I'll see you in, I'll say a bit.
Yeah, like 3 hours. But no, it was fine. You're here. I mean, I'm also tired. Elsie decided that she was going to wake up at 1:30 last night.
1:30?
Yeah, in the morning.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then wouldn't go back to sleep. So by at about 3:30, I just gave up, brought her downstairs and slept on the couch. Which is so annoying because soon as I got on the couch, she was like, "Oh yeah, I'll sleep on the couch," but she wouldn't sleep in the bed with us.
Okay.
I was like,
sure.
It's the same. So yeah,
Babies,
I'm pretty tired. I'm pretty tired.
It's the same thing.
It is. It's exactly the same. If anything, the bed is comfier. But no, she wanted to play in the bed. But anyway, whatever.
My bed was comfy last night because I just changed the covers. It's the best feeling ever, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. I think there's new sheets on your bed tonight, actually.
Oh, double whammy.
Yeah, I know. Like, ooh, very nice. All right, let's get to it. So, we've got an exciting month.
Yeah, we've had an exciting month as well.
Yeah.
I know I seem to say this every single podcast, but I've had a really busy month.
Yeah. You have, though.
Yeah, this one's definitely been up there in terms of busyness. I helped run the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang production at the ADC Theatre in Cambridge, which undoubtedly I was stage crew for that. And it's undoubtedly one of the biggest sets I've ever had to work with or contend with. It was difficult. It's still extremely good fun and massively gratifying when it's all pulled off together and all that jazz. But it was difficult at times, to be honest with you.
I mean, I didn't see it, unfortunately, because I had train troubles as well on the night I was going to go and see it. Really pissed off.
Yeah, we all missed you, man.
I was really annoyed. I was really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to it. So I stayed in and played some VR instead. So, hey.
Hey.
So you've got that, and yeah, that definitely looked insane.
Yeah, it was good fun. And it was a little bit more difficult with the fact that I still got this hernia.
Yeah.
But something is now finally being done about that. I finally got my surgery day on the 6th of November, where hopefully it can all be put right. And that means that I'll be absolutely fine and dandy for Pied Piper's next production, which is Greece next year.
Oh, yes.
And that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that one because I'm mainly looking forward to it because hopefully I'll be back at 100% again, which would be nice.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, I've started rehearsals for my panto.
Yes. How's that going?
It's good. Yeah, it's good fun. I'm enjoying it. It's something a bit different, and it's local to me as well. So it's like 15 minutes down the road. So it's
way
really
easier.
Great.
Yeah.
And obviously we've been going to the pub afterwards and getting to meet some new people that are local.
Oh,
It's
brilliant.
really nice. It's really nice to do. And also this month is really busy for gigs as well. Like, you know,
Yes,
we played in
I went to
Cambridge.
one of your gigs just last week.
Yeah, that was
great.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it a bit too much. I was still aching from the mosh pits on Monday morning.
Oh yeah, because
I went to the pits.
oh.
Oh no, this is a funny story. Shall we tell? So this band was on after us, like quite a heavy metal band, and they like this, me and this guy really going for it, headbanging, and then he turns to me and he goes, "Oh mate, are you a moshing man?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a moshing man." I'm like, yeah, in the back of my mind, I'm like, only when I'm drunk enough, and I was obviously drunk enough. I was like, "Yeah, let's mosh, let's do it."
At this stage, I'd spent most of that band's set sort of in the back,
at the bar,
just hanging out, chatting to some people, and I knew it was coming to the end of their set, so I was like, you know what, I'll make an effort. I'll come up to the front for the last couple of songs. I'll sit here and I'll jam away.
And then I see Saul out of the corner of my eye. Literally, it's the song's starting up, like, you know, the drummer started to drum, and I'm like, I just put my hand on Saul's chest and I just push him back, and I was like, step back, man.
I was literally like, all I knew was that Adam was just like, step back, and he was looking at me quite seriously as well. I was like, oh shit, he means business. Okay, why should I step? Oh, right.
Shit.
Oh, I see.
And then we were just going for the pit. And not because I don't think Saul couldn't handle himself in a mosh pit.
It's because I have a hernia,
and I don't want to make it worse. Considering how badly I felt on Monday morning, like, yeah. It was bad. I literally went straight in.
It's some hardcore mush pitting.
Oh yeah,
from what I could see.
It was fun. It was good fun. But yeah, if anything, it's worse when there's less people because you have less chance to get away for a breather. If you know what I mean, like you just have to. If you're
when
not
you're
all in,
you're in.
You're not all in the whole time. Like it's good.
You've got to commit.
Though. Yeah, you've got to commit. Because the thing is, if one person doesn't do it, there's just two people shoving each other. Then you're like, but no, it's cool. It's good fun. So
on top of that, like, it's not going to stop being busy for us because I've got EGX next week as of recording.
Yep.
Which seems to have crept up.
No, it
to
seems
be quite honest with
like
you.
the other day that you're sort of talking about getting a ticket, and
it seems to have crept up, which sounds weird because this one is later in the year than they've usually been. They've usually been like end of September, whereas this one's like mid-August. Not August.
October.
You know what? I spent all of September saying August when I've meant October, and it's really confused not only me, it's confused my manager and most of my friends.
I mean, maybe it's because I was sort of like, I know he means October, it's fine.
October is what I meant, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you're going to EGX, and then the week after I'm going to Comic-Con.
Yes.
So
yeah,
it's all go.
It's all go.
I'm seeing NADPOD as well.
Nice.
I'm seeing NAD. Oh shit, it's next week. I'm seeing NADPOD next week. I'm so excited.
And I'm seeing 2 more of Oxventure's live shows.
Yeah.
At EGX.
Super D&D weekend for us both.
Super heavy
really,
D&D weekend. I've also booked myself a tattoo on the very first day of the convention.
You, my friend, are a nutcase.
So basically, I'm always expanding my Zelda like bat piece thing I've got going on. So naturally, I finished Link's Awakening, which that came out by the way, and is absolutely amazing. But I won't hark on too much about that, otherwise we'd be here for the rest of the podcast.
Yeah.
But long story short, I finished Link's Awakening. It was incredible, and I turned around and went, you know what? Maybe I should get a Link's Awakening tattoo added to my back piece of Zelda tattoos. 2 days later, EGX goes, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to have tattoo artists at this gaming convention. I was like, oh, well, that just seems like fate, doesn't it?
Yeah. The thing is, you messaged me and you were like, oh, like they got tattoo artists at EGX. And I was like, well, he's gonna get a tattoo. And I was like, oh, that's cool, man. And then like, literally like 2 minutes later, you're like, I booked it.
Booked it. Put the deposit down. When you get it done? On the first day, you nutter. Yep.
You're an idiot.
Well, I've had practice before.
This is
because
true.
At Resd, I literally got a tattoo done the day before I was London bound to go to Resd. So I've already had practice, so I know what I'm getting myself into. The only trouble is that this one's going to be a little more difficult to reach than the tattoo on my chest was. But
it's fine.
be fine.
Oh wow! So there we go. Wow, we talked a lot at the beginning there.
We
but
did.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen each other for a while properly to have a chat.
Not
Have
properly
we?
to have a chat, no, because you were too busy moshing.
Yes. Sorry. And the music's too loud anyway to talk anyway. But yeah. So this is kind of a catch up.
So how's VR been treating you on a quick?
Oh,
note?
good. Oh, it's good shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, it's some good shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Obviously, one of the VR games that you've been playing is part of our entertainment exchange, so we'll get into that a bit later. But
Yeah.
how's like Doom and stuff like that? Yeah.
There's just so many great games
Yeah.
that I've got like for it. Doom is absolutely awesome.
Mm,
It might be contender for my favorite game that I've got for it.
nice.
It is really good. Rick and Morty, that's really fun. It was actually quite challenging.
You got
actually.
that on your actual birthday, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. That was awesome. Yeah, and I got Job Simulator because I just have to.
I mean, Job Simulator is so it sounds like the most boring game in the world until you play it,
and
then
it's
you're like,
so
this
fun.
is just so satire. It's hilarious.
Brilliant. It's so good.
I platinumed Job Simulator.
I can
now.
see how you could, to be fair.
Yeah,
I think
it's
I might
it's
give that
quite
one
an
a go.
easy platinum to get, to be honest with you. It doesn't take a huge amount of effort.
Oh, I might give it a go myself.
Yeah.
Maybe that might be my first platinum. Who knows?
Ooh.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
We'll see.
Sweet. Yeah. I can't really think of any other games I've got. There's a few. I haven't played the Star Wars one yet. The X-Wing mission.
Oh yeah,
I've
yeah.
sort of been concentrating on other things.
No, that's fair. And to be fair, that one's quite short.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to it. It's amazing for the time you play in it, but it's not incredibly long.
That's fair.
I really was hoping that they'd do another one for Battlefront 2, but they never did.
No.
It's kind of disappointing, to be
Because
honest.
EA
but-
are shit.
Yes.
Right. So speaking of, shall we get onto the entertainment exchange?
Shall we?
think that's a good
You know what? I don't think we've even worked out who's going to go first.
Well, we might as well. As
Shall
we're talking about VR, shall we just get on to?
Shall we get on to my entertainment exchange for you?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get on to that.
Let's do it.
Why
So-
not?
I gave you an extra birthday present.
You did. You'd already sport me bloody rotten, you twat. But
All right.
Yeah.
Note to self: don't spoil Adam next time, otherwise he calls you a twat.
Yeah. So you'd already spoiled me rotten, and then you were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, here's another one." Awesome. Yeah.
I had to with this one though, because what I got you and what your entertainment exchange was Astrobot Rescue Mission. This is a 3D platform video game developed by SIE Japan Studios and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment for the PlayStation 4's PlayStation VR. It stars a cast of robot characters first introduced in the Playroom for the PS4.
Yeah.
Where they appear as little robots that live inside a DualShock 4 controller. The player teams up with Captain Astro as he goes on a quest to rescue his lost crew scattered in 5 worlds and 20 levels.
Cool.
Now,
guys.
I gave you this going, I think this is not just fantastic, not just one of the best PlayStation VR games around, but one of the best VR games, period, around. What did you make of it?
I mean, I think if I was to sum up this game in one word, it would be just creative.
Yeah.
Intuitive. Just there's so much to it. It's not just a platformer. If I turn around to someone, I think if you were to show someone, there you go, you play as this little robot guy, they'd be like, right.
Yeah, when you try explaining it to people, it doesn't sound all that new or creative.
No.
It like most VR games, it's one of them games where you have to be like, here, stick this headset on and play it.
Yeah, and experience it. Yeah, definitely. And for me, it was just, I had a feeling. I mean, I knew it would be good, but I didn't really. It was just I thought, oh yeah, it's a platformer and you're in the platformer, but it's so much more than that. You have to literally look around. If you don't look around, you will miss things.
Yes.
If your
ears get attuned to hearing those little robot cries,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
as soon as
yeah.
you hear it, you're like,
Where is it?
Where
Where is
where it could be up there, it could be right down in this
Literally,
hole, because
yeah.
the depth perception in this game is incredible.
Yeah, and like it's so like that's actually one of the more challenging things is like that. Christ Almighty! Like I feel so far away from this character. How am I even? I'm still controlling him. Like I've got to really see. It's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's so insane. I haven't done any notes because obviously, how the fuck can I do notes in VR? But
they need to create a little notepad app.
Yeah. It was just so great. So just straight off the bat, there was really lovely, some really great moments. So like when you walk, you obviously are like this bigger robot that's controlling the captain, whatever his name is. And you go past a screen that's recording you, and you can see yourself, and obviously you're moving and stuff. I'm like, that's really cool, because they could have just made you just a random being. Yeah. But you're literally part of the world.
Exactly.
You actually do. You use your head to smash things.
Yeah, I really like the VR games that make you part of the story.
Yeah,
like, Trevor Saves the Universe, for instance. They found a storied reason to have you consistently sitting in a chair, which is what you're doing throughout the entire game. There's been a couple of other games, Moss, for instance, you play as like a character in the game rather than just a being.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful when they integrate that stuff into it, because it just immerses you even more.
Definitely. And I think that's the thing, is obviously because when you think about most VR games, like, you know, with Doom or with, you know, the Rick and Morty's, you know, Job Simulator, you are a character. You are in that world. The idea is that you are living another person's life. And so when you bring out a game, Batman, when you then make a game that's not, that you are playing as a different character but in third person, like, you know, like this platformer, for instance. I think it's so good that they actually do still make you an integral part of the world. Yeah. Because otherwise, then why have I got in VR? You know, and that was really nice. That actually added so much to it. And it just, there's so much to do. Like, do you know what I mean? Every level is different.
It's your classic platformer though. Like, you've got collectibles that you need to find, like the chameleons, for instance.
Yeah.
Which are so difficult to spot.
They are really difficult to spot. They are awful. And like all the little different bad guys, you know, it's like, it's nice and simple, you know, it's great. It's just so good. I think just to be honest, even just as a platformer, even if it wasn't in VR, I reckon it would still hold that. Do you know what I mean? It still have that charm of a platformer that you like. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think definitely. It's got all of the charm that your classic like Marios and Sonics and all of that have. It's just elevated because you're in it rather than watching it on a TV.
Definitely. I love the different mechanics as well they've got going on.
Yes,
and they don't. They've got loads of different ones, but they don't overwhelm you with them.
No.
You've got the touchpad. So you use the touchpad on the DualShock, and you sort of fling a hook. Yeah. And then you have to pull it using the DualShock again, like using your movement to do it, and it's just so cool. Like, you can literally, like, you'll get the little guy to jump on the little rope that you've got, and like you can fling him up in the air with the rope
using the
controller. And I'm like, that's so good.
I love how at the beginning of each levels as well, you use the controller to load in the level.
So you actually put it in the thing.
Put the controller where it wants you to put it, and then just a whole like level just like forms around you. It's really cool.
It's really nice. It really is. Now, one thing I will say about is that what was really great for me is, and I think you'll definitely agree about this, VR in itself is fun when you're doing it, but it's somehow just as fun showing someone else the VR.
Yes, definitely. It's honestly one of the main reasons I picked VR up, because I loved playing it. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have got it, but giving people like their first VR experiences is just a wonderful thing to look at. I think the one that sticks in my head the most is when we introduced VR to your brother.
Yeah.
That was wonderful to watch.
He was loving it. Well, he was playing like the racing game, wasn't he? And
yes.
and he just stopped and was having a look around on the track.
Yeah. We were all literally like, "You got to drive the car around." Is like, "No, I'm admiring this field."
Yeah. And it's like, it's great, but like that's exactly it, isn't it? Like, because it's just so amazing, all the different features these games have in them. So obviously, I played it, and then I said to Kat, I was like, "You should play this."
Yeah.
And she was like, obviously, it's when it starts a mission, he's on the little controller, isn't he? And then she's going up to him, going like, "Hello," and she's like trying to pet him and stuff.
I love the fact that if he comes like really close to you as well, it gives you a wave.
Yeah. He's like, "Hi." It's like, get on with your business. You're supposed to you're supposed to say when you're mates. And that was so great. And my friend Lulu, she came round and because she wanted to try it out, and I was like, "You should play this. It's a really nice." I was like, "I think you should play this one. It's a good intro for you."
Astrobot is a fantastic introduction.
And she was exactly the same. She's like, "Oh my god, like look at him," and she was like, "Oh god, like I don't want him to fall." I was like, "It's okay, he won't fall. It's all right." And she's like, "Oh my god, wow!" Like it's so great to see those reactions.
Yeah, definitely.
So, unfortunately, I haven't played it since Kat has played this level. But one level that I really wish I had played before we spoke about it, I'm really annoyed now, is the water level.
Yeah.
So you obviously you're sort of on a beach, and you go. All of a sudden, you just start going under the water.
Submerge under the water, and it's
Kat's
like magical.
Kat's face was just like a picture. She was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" Like, what is going on? This is absolutely beautiful. She just, I think she missed so many robots because she was just
looking
enjoying
around.
the view and stuff, and it was so great.
Now I've just got a vision of robots going, but. Wait, hey.
Wow, this is so pretty.
Hello.
Help me. Yeah, that was brilliant. So yeah, I think that's the last one. We just finished that one.
Nice.
You know what I loved the boss.
Oh, the boss fights are so creative.
I mean, obviously I only done one.
It was the monkey, wasn't it?
The monkey, yeah. So you had to pull out his teeth.
Yeah.
So clever. Like you have to use a grappling hook to pull out the teeth, and then you also got and obviously then he's knocked down and you punch him a bit. It's just so great, like, because the thing is, in platformers, I think that sometimes the boss fights are they can fall a bit flat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this was just, really well done, really clever, not too challenging, but challenging enough. Yeah. Which is how I like a game. Brilliant. I mean, I don't really know what else I should say about it. It's just so clever. Have you got anything you want to ask me about, like, in terms of my experience, or?
Honestly, I think you've nailed most of it on the head. It's just an extremely charming game, and the reason I brought it for you and gave it to you as an entertainment exchange for you to keep eventually at the end is I think it is a game that every PlayStation VR owner should have.
Yeah, definitely. I wholeheartedly agree. I think because the thing is, again, when you get a VR, then obviously you want to be getting the games like, super hot, and like the ones where you literally are like living the moment, like Skyrim, for instance. You want to be that character and hold a sword, and you sort of think like, why would I want to play a game where I'm sat down and controlling a little guy?
Yeah, I feel like these kind of games almost get overlooked.
And honestly, I think that this is even more creative than a game like Job Simulator or or like Super Hot. I just think it's so creative and so clever that they integrated not only the VR but the controller and the actual the still having that.
Well, the robots as well,
thing.
because they weren't an original idea. They were part of the Playroom, which was an app on the PS4 that utilised a camera when the PS4 first launched.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe a lot of the reason that quite a few people did overlook this game is that they saw that it was the robot character as well, so they thought, oh, it's just a cheap cash grabby kind of game to introduce people into VR.
Yeah, kind of like Xbox, like Connect.
Which I can understand
like
you thinking that upon looking at like the box art for it. I get it, but it's so much more creative than you think it is.
Definitely. I mean, I don't know how many people out there that listen to this have a VR, but if you are if you have got one or are thinking about getting VR, first of all, like,
do it
because it is really great. I mean, I'm really annoyed because they've just announced the PS5, haven't they? So now
they have, yes, and they've also
hell.
just released like patents for the next VR installment
headset.
for it as well.
So I'm now like, great. So does that mean that I'm gonna now not get all of it? I'm not gonna be able to that's it. I'm gonna have to rejig everything, and that's really annoying.
But on an off note, that PS5 announcement thing was hilarious, by the way, because they came out with like such gusto. It's like the PS5 is going to be released in the holiday of 2020, and everyone just went, "Yeah, we kind of already knew that."
Yeah.
Have you got anything else?
Come on, mate. Like, give us a bone. Yeah. When's the next chapter of Final Fantasy VII remake coming out? That's what I want to know. Never. It's never going to happen. I'm just jumping about all over the place now, but I honestly think the remake is not. It's just going to have one chapter and that's it. I honestly think that's what's going to happen.
Maybe.
It took so long to do it. Anyway.
As long as you get Red 13, you're happy.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm sure. Hopefully they'll get up to that point. I'm sure they will.
Hopefully they're just saving it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Astrobot.
So, Astrobot, rescue mission, boom tings. Good times.
It's wonderful. It's genuinely like magical.
It is. It's
probably
lovely.
The best way to sum it up. It's just, it gives you that warm, fuzzy, happy feeling inside, basically.
Oh, God.
Until that happens.
I don't know what was that. I was. Some fucking... I think there's some lime scale or something from the kettle.
Oh, yeah. I had a little bit at the bottom of the cup.
Okay, clearly I need to clean my kettle. Sweet.
So we did have one question.
Oh, sweet, we did?
Astrobot.
Oh, fuck,
yes.
okay.
This comes from @Mr. Wordsmithy, who I'm going to meet at EGX next week, and if it's the first time we're actually going to like meet each other.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be really cool.
Awesome.
And he says, where do I even start with Astrobot Rescue Mission? Like, he absolutely loves the game. I know this because I've watched him play it on his channel, and he loves it. But he said, would you ever want a sequel of sorts? And if so, what would you want them to change/improve?
I mean, I haven't finished it, so I wouldn't really know how it
I'm close to finishing it at this stage, and honestly, like, I don't think I change anything. I just want more of it.
Yeah.
Like, I want even more creative levels. I don't think I want the fundamentals of the gameplay itself to change, because I think it's great. It's simplistic enough that anyone can get into it, and it's like complicated enough that it will give people a challenge, but not too much so. It's mainly there to have fun with. So from a gameplay stage, like I wouldn't really want them to change it at all. Like, looks wise, like they could come up with like some more really creative levels. Like, if they came up with more creative levels with the same gameplay, I would buy it day one.
Yeah.
Like,
I think what might be quite cool is like one that it is where you are the actual, where you are like, do you know what I mean? Like it is
where you're the robot.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously not to the extent of, jumping and stuff, because that would be really like disorientating in the VR. But one where you are a bit more first person, taking on just, I don't know, maybe just an option to do that, with the move controllers, maybe. Do you know what I mean? Like, kind of make it a bit more
but I don't know whether that
doesn't need it, but that's the only thing I could think that would make it just a bit different and not ruin it. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe more of a creative mode as well, because I know they
create your own little thing. That would be cool, because
they kind of do have that, don't they? In their kind of little hub world, but that for me is a bit like, I don't know.
That hub world, by the way, is fantastic. I love like the grab machine where you pick stuff
that's
up
great.
And all of the collectibles and stuff like that. It's like one of the only times where I've been like, I want to get all the collectibles.
I'd say like I like it, but I think I'd like a bit more creative. Like, do you know, like almost like Little Big Planet sort of thing, like in terms of where you can make your own little thing. Cool. So that might be quite nice to sort of.
So what, a create mode, basically?
Basically, that might be quite nice, especially because it's in VR and stuff.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like, you could even use the move controllers to actually draw. Do you know what I mean? Or something like that. Like, that might be quite interesting.
Well, yeah, you could use the move controllers to move platforms from place to place to place to place to slowly build up a level. Yeah, I think you might be onto something there.
Yeah.
A creative mode added to another one. Same controls and same gameplay, because I don't think that needs to be changed at all.
Definitely not.
Some more creative levels from them, because they clearly know what they're doing, and a creative mode where we get to create our own stuff and share it out to people.
Super Mario Maker, basically, Sweet.
Yeah, no, I think that works.
There you go.
Well, there we go, Mr. Wordsmithy.
Yeah, that's it. And Sony, if you're listening, then
another 20 quid, please.
20 quid, yeah. 20 quid. We really need to up our prices. That's Marvel now. Is it Marvel?
25.
Disney? Yeah.
25?
25.
Yeah.
Pound 50. £25.50. So 50 pence.
75.
Oh, wow. Bloody hell.
No. Like £25. £75.
Wow, okay. Not sure they'll go for that.
Bit too steep.
Bit too steep. The
Take about 5p off
it?
Yeah.
Got
you.
70p.
We expect our check in a post. So.
Yes, thank you very much. Sweet. Right then. So from one fairly new game to another fairly old game, I suppose you could say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it necessarily it's not ancient, but it's certainly not a spring chicken.
No.
Once again, I have done some very extensive research in that I typed it in on Wikipedia. So I gave you Bully Scholarship Edition.
Yeah.
For the Xbox 360. Now it is an action adventure video game developed by Rockstar Vancouver and published by Rockstar Games. It was released on October the 17th, 2006 for PlayStation 2. It was then redeveloped sort of as and sort of remastered for Xbox 360 and the Wii and Windows. And then it was also re-released for PS4 later on. So yeah, so it's it's had a fair few different reincarnations, as it were.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it is set within the fictional town of Bulworth. The story follows a student and his efforts to rise through the ranks of the school system. The open world design lets the player freely roam Bulworth, and it's from a third world perspective. And you can, it's basically Grand Theft Auto, but in a school, I suppose, is one way. If I was going to say to anyone, that's probably what I'd say.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah,
I gave you the disc and it didn't work.
It didn't work, so I had to buy it on the store.
So what I want to know is, was it a waste of money?
Yes. No, it wasn't.
Okay. That's good. I'm going to open the beer. I'm going to follow suit with you.
Yes. So basically, this is exactly what you said. This is a GTA game set in a high school. Which makes sense because this came out potentially after two of potentially their most controversial games, which was San Andreas, was the infamous hot coffee mission.
Yep.
And Manhunt, which I don't really need to explain to you why that was a controversial game.
No, but it was, yeah, I mean, that was one of those games that everyone was talking about on the playground.
Exactly,
yeah. My big brother's got Manhunt. I'd be like, oh, right, okay.
My big brother's got Manhunt, the uncensored edition.
I better not go around because my mum will tell me off if I play Manhunt.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we did anyway.
The hot coffee mission, though, perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. That wasn't in the game. That was just in the code.
No, it was just in the coding.
And that's totally fine.
So I've got a cracked version of the game. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, my second cousin got it for me. Oh yeah.
My uncle from Nintendo.
Oh my god.
So basically, yeah, my point is that this was basically, I guess, their answer to dialing it back.
Yeah.
Almost a little bit. So yeah, it literally, yeah.
It still caused controversy, though, didn't it?
Did.
That's the irony.
I've got here, the best way to stoke the controversial fire was take it back to secondary school, which does make a lot of sense. Instead of cars, you have a bike, and instead of guns, you have slingshots, stink bombs, etc. Yes, it's a Rockstar game, and so it's still obviously a bit violent here and there. It's just not nearly at the level of other Rockstar
No,
games.
definitely not.
And yet, yeah, you're right. It still caused massive controversy. There was someone in the news who consistently liked taking aim at Rockstar games whenever he got the opportunity to. The name escapes me, but I'm sure some people who are listening know who he is.
Yeah.
He called this the Columbine simulator.
Oh, for God's
which is ridiculous.
There's no guns at all.
No, not at all.
There's no guns. Like, it's ridiculous.
So yeah, the ironic thing is that Rockstar was like, okay, we'll make a game that's less controversial, and yet they were still in the firing line for being controversial.
It's a silly game, isn't it? Let's get that straight out there.
The silliest, possibly one of the silliest games that Rockstar has ever made.
Yeah.
Like, period.
Yeah, definitely. 100% agree. So what do you think?
I got here at the very start, literally. So you've got the cutscene of him being dropped off, blah blah blah, and literally not even 5 seconds of me walking into the school, I'm being verbally abused by 2 students right from the gate, literally as I'm entering the school, and it's basically like Rockstar is just begging me, daring me to just smack them.
Yeah.
Straight out the gate. It's just Rockstar on your shoulder going, go on, just hit him, it'll be so easy.
So fun, that's what we want you to do. And then do it in real life, because that's how video games work.
Apparently, yes.
Oh dear.
I've got the headmaster reminded me of Kratos from God of War, because the amount of times he used the word boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
Amazing.
20 minutes into the game, I found a glitch where it looked like a random NPC started a fight with a potted plant. I put this up on Twitter when I first started.
Yeah.
I'm literally I'm 20 minutes in and I've already got people starting fights with plants. What is this?
I mean, that's definitely... I'd say it's showing its age, but let's be honest. Fallout 76, come on now. Mass Effect. There's definitely some games with some glitches in.
Yeah, and they are, but that's because unfortunately, with Bully Scholarship Edition, it's clearly just a glitch in the system.
Yeah.
Whereas modern games these days will release with these kind of problems, and it's always on the basis of, we just need to get the game out to sell it, and we'll fix it later.
Fix it in patches,
which
yeah.
never works.
No.
I think the only game of which that has ever worked is No Man's Sky, which eventually
they sorted out. They did. Yeah. I'm so annoyed I've got rid of that now. I sold it literally just literally the week before it came out, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're doing a VR mode." I was like, "Fuck."
I told you earlier, my stepbrother came round because he's off to go shoot something in Barbados. Lucky him.
Yeah.
And he recently just picked up No Man's Sky as well, and he sent me a text going, "Look what I just picked up," and I was like, "Watch out, mate! It's addictive as fuck." And we were talking, and he was like, "Yeah, I can see what you mean. I started playing this game at 5, and then it was 5 in the morning. I just spent 12 hours not eating."
Oh.
He's diabetic, by the way.
Jeez, yeah, that's not a good idea.
I'm not going to the loo, and then I only stopped because my other half was like, "Are you coming to bed?" And I was like, "Oh fuck, it's 5 in the morning." I was like, "I told you. I did tell you."
Oh god. Anyway, back to Bully.
So my first impressions of the first few hours playing this game is it seems like a more accessible and manageable version of GTA.
Mm-hmm.
I often find with GTA style games, for them to be so huge and with so much to do in it that it's almost overwhelming, whereas Bully starts you off small. The first chapter you're literally just in the school. That's it. You begin in the school, and then with each chapter that comes, you slowly expand out to
the actual the village, the town, whatever it is,
yeah. Which is nice. It sort of leads you into it slowly, whereas GTA 3, San Andreas, you're just good luck.
Yeah, there you go. Here's a massive city.
Here you go.
Yeah, definitely.
Bye now.
I think that's kind of what we keep coming back to is the sandbox, that the open world versus linear games, isn't it? It's almost kind of a linear game, but it's still open world eventually. Do you know what I mean? You unlock it But
Exactly.
it doesn't feel small either when you first start playing it in the school. There's lots of places to explore.
It doesn't feel small. It feels like a really nice place to explore, but the important thing is it doesn't at any stage feel overwhelming.
No.
Which is good.
Definitely.
I've got here Jimmy, who is the main character that you're playing as in this.
Yeah.
Jimmy is honestly one of the more interesting Rockstar characters. When you first see him on the box art of the game, you can easily stereotype him as being a typical bully. Like, he's your typical skinhead, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, if you say, describe a bully, that's typically what they're going to come up with. So yeah, I immediately had that frame of mind going into the game first. Like, oh, I am playing a bully.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But there's like so much more to him than that. What have I got here? Yeah, basically you find out that he's built up this hardened persona because his stepmom keeps sleeping around with guys, and like none of them seem to give a shit about him, to the point where at the beginning of the game you're literally just being abandoned, dropped off at a private school because they don't particularly want to see you.
Yeah, that's it. They've had enough of him. Yeah.
So you can understand why he's built up these walls and all of that jazz. But like, you start to sympathise with him and realise that his character is a lot more than that. And like, deep down, he does have a huge heart. Like, he just wants what's best for everyone. He just goes about it in
his own way.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like, take PT, for instance, which he becomes extremely good friends with. Like, he will defend him to the hilt at any time.
Which one is PT?
PT is like the wimpy
The little
kid.
wimpy kid. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Sorry, it's been a while since I played it.
And then Gary, I've got Gary Smith. Oh, Gary Smith, what a dick.
Yeah, he's a wank. See, he is a bully.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, it's interesting, right? Because I think that the problem that Rockstar had was because they called... I mean, actually, no, they didn't, because initially it was called, like, Candice Candom Edit, wasn't it? Or something?
No, it was originally called Bully.
Oh, was it?
And it was... such an uproar was caused that they then had to change the name from Bully.
Oh, okay, fine. I mean, it's interesting because I just don't... You're not really a bully. I just don't really see him as a bully. Do you know what I mean? Like, he does things that aren't necessarily nice to people, but he doesn't necessarily do it in the same way that you think a bully would do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not bullying. It's just... It's odd. Like, when you think of a bully, it's someone that just makes people's lives a misery. But he's not necessarily doing that. He's just trying to sort out the school system, which is basically fucked. Cause
he's basically trying... I think the objective of the game is you're trying your best to just unite all the cliques so that it's a better place to be.
Yeah, basically.
Which is an honourable thing to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Obviously, he does some things that are pretty shitty as well.
He does, but he acknowledges them along the way. Like, there's a mission where you have to get dirty photos of like one of the cheerleaders or something like that, and then later on she comes to you while you're in like a massive bull outfit because you're undercover basically trying to destroy the Jock's game.
That's right.
And so you've commandeered their mascot costume and you're a giant bull, and she comes to this giant bull and starts like bawling her eyes out because of all of this stuff that's going on with these dirty pictures going around, and it's only then he turns around and realizes what he'd done, and then he does something about it. So he's constantly like growing up
as a
basically,
character.
growing as a character throughout the course of a year, and it's just it's one of Rockstar's more interesting character developments, I think.
Definitely. It's not like you're I mean, I can't say I've played that much GTA because I've never really gotten into it, mainly for the reasons you said, that it's just so big. But it's not that typical, like, you know, well, I'm gonna fucking steal cars and kill people, you know, or whatever. Like, you know, it's not that. I'm sure there's more to them than that.
Steal cars, pay for prostitutes, and then run them over to get my money back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably doing it a disservice, so apologies to any GTA players out there, but whenever I've first seen them and I've played as them, it's pretty much that gangster style thing. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's why I like it. I think is one of the reasons why I like it is because he is an interesting character. You can sympathize with him. You don't feel like that you're playing a bully. You feel like you're playing a person that's just trying to make his own way in the world, albeit not necessarily in the best way sometimes.
Unless you look at the news and then you're playing a bully who's gonna go on a school shooting.
Yes,
obviously,
even though he has no guns available to him at all.
He's gonna go on a slingshot shooting.
Yeah,
he's gonna throw stink bombs at people and be a general nuisance.
Yeah, oh, how dare you! Fucking hell.
It really is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, isn't it, how people get overreacted by this. They should actually play the damn game. Anyway.
The classes.
Yeah.
So I didn't do all of the classes. I've got the classes that I did do written down here. So chemistry, that was fine. It was pretty much just a rhythm game, so it's not really many issues for me. English class literally gave me flashbacks to me in English class and how stupid I felt because of my dyslexia.
Trust me, I fucking hate English class as well. That's the worst
I was literally
one.
like, I should know how to do this, but my brain cannot process these words.
It's so fucking hard.
Like,
That's one of the hardest classes.
The art class took me a little bit to wrap my head around, but once I got the hang of it, like, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Gym class was just secretly disguised tutorial in how to do physical combat in the game, so that's cool.
That's great.
Perfectly
really,
fine.
really nice.
And the shop class, like the mechanics class, is just another rhythm game, so that was perfectly fine.
Yeah, pretty much. They're most of them are rhythm games.
Yep.
Biology is quite cool. You get to dissect a frog.
Ooh.
And like various other animals, so you literally like have to cut into it along the lines and then take out the heart and stuff. Like I actually find it quite difficult. I think that would that's probably more of a let's chuck this in VR. Maybe we can do a bit more in there. Do
Rockstar teaching people how to dissect frogs.
Frogs, I know, yeah.
Damn it!
Now all the kids will be doing it. Yeah, like I like the classes, but I also wish you could turn them off sometimes. It's like
because it kind of gets in the way of the story, especially with the clock system as well, where you're like, oh, I've got to go to class, but I really don't want to.
Yeah, and it's like the people always say, well, you can skip class. Yeah, but it's so much easier not to because you can't get on with anything.
You do get good perks for like doing all of the classes.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to 100% it, then it's kind of a necessity.
But it's I mean, it does get a bit annoying because like, fuck off. I want to be in, especially when you can go to the village. Because then it's like, oh, I've got to get back to fuck's sakes. I've got to get back to class now. I've got bloody ages to travel back, and then it's like you try and belt it back, and then you're late, and then you've got fucking people after you anyway. It's like I could have just finished the fucking mission I was doing. Oh, it's So that's probably one of my more annoyances with it. But like, I get it. It makes sense.
Yeah. I've got my biggest annoyance next, and that was getting detention.
All right,
which sucked, and honestly, just it grounded the game down to a halt, which I know is the point and is what they were trying to go for, but it just sucked the enjoyment out for me. Like,
is that when you have to like do like
mowing the lawn and stuff like that? Yeah. I've got here, in fact, like any time I got detention, I pretty much stopped playing the game and played something else. Mowing the lawns, for instance. No.
Yeah. I think that's interesting, really. That I mean, I didn't mind mowing the lawn so much.
I get why they did it, and I get that it's possibly meant to ground it down to a halt because that's the point of detention.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm playing a video game for fun. Like,
yeah, definitely.
I don't want this.
I think what's funny about this is when I'm playing Bully and I'm like going to the classes and things like that, and I've got to do all that stuff. It makes me think, wow, like, why wasn't the Harry Potter games like this? Like, why wasn't there more classes in the Harry Potter games? Like, actual classes where do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that I'd find that more interesting.
Harry Potter RPG.
Yes.
Soon. Maybe that'll be the case.
Maybe that'll be the case. And I think that would be really cool. Like, and actually have an actual...
Rowling will take a massive dump on it.
Or like all the students... You heard about the students pooing in the school, right?
No.
J.K. Rowling revealed a couple of months ago that before they were in, because she was like, what they were like, well, what did they do before plumbing? Because they didn't have any plumbing.
Oh no!
And it was like
she didn't.
And she said, and instead of sort of going, well, like they had their own wizardry, like magic. No, what they did is they pooed their pants or pooed it in the thing and then magicked it away. Like, you didn't need to address that. Nobody gave a shit what happened before plumbing. So yeah, I feel like I'm just like,
no.
J.K. Rowling should be left away. I keep going back to fucking J.K. Rowling.
She's slowly killing that franchise.
I think she's killed it already. She's fucking flogging a dead horse at this point. I love Harry Potter, but she needs to stop.
Yeah.
But anyway, we are tangenting all over the place today.
Are.
It's fine. Hope you're still with us. Like, what the fuck's going on?
So, one of my favourite missions was the Halloween mission.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Like, it's really cool. I loved, like, the whole Halloween aesthetic around the school. It was really cool. Everyone was in costume, and there was, like, a nice little, like, orange tinge everywhere you went.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
You get to dress up in a costume yourself.
Exactly. They did it for Christmas as well. They had, like, a Christmas theme as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is really the only Rockstar game I've seen do that, barring maybe GTA 5, where they had snow fall in LA over Christmas.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. But yeah, this was like the first time I've seen like themed seasons as well. Like having a season throughout the course of the game was also really, really nice.
Because it does change, doesn't it? Like, as it goes along, yeah. So there's Valentine's Day
again,
and
it gives you that sense of time. Like GTA, for instance, you can imagine that taking place over the course of a month, maybe, from start to finish. The story, maybe a month. Whereas the seasonal changes in Bully, like you feel like you are there for the year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It gives it its sense of purpose and place.
Again, I think it's a quite creative game in that sense as well. Like there's loads of different things, like all the different character designs and like the different clicks and things like that. Like it's very, very creative.
That was on brand.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. Yeah. We've got to have a burp in a Let's Talk BS.
Right. All that stuff aside, I did enjoy the game.
Yeah.
But I did have a big gripe with it.
A big gripe? Ooh.
Yeah, a big gripe, and I think it's in the fact that it is an older game. So I'll explain my reasonings. Basically, the controls were a really big issue for me.
Yeah.
Like, I've got it written here, it's exactly the same with old GTA games too. Like, the character movement just feels really floaty and not quite dialed in.
Yeah.
Which is a big problem with like all old like open world games for like PS2, original Xbox, GameCube, stuff like that. It's a fact that I think that we've just got so used to modern controls and everything being immediate to like the controller that it's really difficult to go back to these games where everything seems just a tiny bit off, but you can't quite put your finger on where it's a little bit off.
Yeah. I can get that.
I went on a bit of a rant here. Like I said, this is why I really like my retro 8-bit and 16-bit games because they're completely different style of games. So you can get over how old they are because they control completely different to what modern games control.
Yeah.
Whereas like old PS2 games, like 3D games, basically, like we have 3D games now that control an awful lot better, so it's more noticeable when you go back to playing PS2 games, GameCube games, all of that. That becomes a lot more noticeable because they're still in the same framework that these modern games are.
Yeah.
Whereas 8-bit games, 16-bit games are so completely different from a controlling standpoint that you can separate them really easily. It's a lot more difficult to separate PS2 from like PS4 stuff. So that was really like the biggest gripe that I had was just the controls at times drove me up the wall.
Yeah, I totally can get that. It's I mean I don't have a problem with it because like I sort of played it when it first sort of came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see that. And the thing is with these GTA games and stuff, like, you know, you have like those
not just
like the running mechanics and stuff, like you run at like a I don't know. Maybe this is just me picking holes in something that doesn't need to be picked. But like the running mechanics and stuff, it's like, well, all you do is you sprint everywhere. It's like, why not just make that fucking the speed anyway?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? I think that it's when you add in a mechanic like that, it just becomes a bit more of a
Yeah,
you're tapping
like I
A
say,
all the
I'm
time.
not
Like,
just signaling this down to a bully problem. I'm signaling this down to just a general problem that you come across nowadays.
Yeah, definitely.
With more modern open world games being out there.
Yeah.
But all in all, like, I had an incredibly good time with it.
Yeah.
It's good fun. And
it's definitely not...
And dialing it right back to the first question when we first started this, yes, it was worth my money.
That's good. That's all that matters. And the thing is, it is definitely not a perfect game by any means. It is not. But for me, I've enjoyed playing this and LA Noire and Red Dead Redemption way more than any GTA game I've ever played.
Speaking of LA Noire, I got written here that this bully seems like the perfect game for the Switch. Because all of the missions are not too long. They're nice little sort of bite size you can get through in 10 minutes. So I could see myself like getting through a few missions while waiting at a bus stop, sitting on a train, sitting on a bus. Like, it seems like a really ideal game for the Switch.
Definitely. It's almost like an open world. It's not a platformer because it's not, but do you know what I mean? But in terms of like the feel and the mission, like I said, the mission's really quick and it's silly and it's kind of childish.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of got that feel. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of like the whimsy about it. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's probably another reason why it would be good for it. I mean, loads of people are calling for a sequel. That would be cool.
That would be
I
cool.
really
I think
think
I would be down for a sequel mainly because I can then enjoy the game without having the frustrations of the controls.
Yeah. And I honestly think that I think it will happen.
Eventually, yes.
Because
I think they might be focusing
a
bit too much on GTA 6 right now after just releasing Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2, yeah, definitely, yeah.
But yes.
I think, maybe in the future will happen because there are loads of people asking for it. It's always in the list of sequels we want, sort of thing. There's always Bully 2.
Yeah, well, as a gamer, I was definitely interested in and happy that you gave me as an entertainment exchange because it was a game that I consistently saw on lists going, this is amazing, you need to play this.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I got the opportunity to actually sit down and play it. And the fact that I bought it as well means that I can now finish it too.
That's it.
So
great. I don't think I ever. Thing is, I feel like I did finish it, but then I keep looking at lists and that like where they talk about Bully, and I'm like, I don't remember playing that mission, but I definitely remember finishing something because I remember like
did you have when you finished it? Did you have a scholarship edition or the original?
Scholarship.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, I definitely feel like I definitely got to a point in the story where it could have ended, if you know what I mean.
I want to carry on playing until I can eventually unlock the go-kart and go around in the go-kart.
Yeah. I definitely didn't finish it then because I didn't get the go-kart. I got, like, I got the bike, obviously, and the skateboard. And,
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good little game.
Yeah.
Good little game.
Yeah, I had an incredibly good time with it. Like, I probably shouldn't have finished on the massive gripe I had because honestly, overall, I had a really good time. It was good fun, and I'm glad he gave it to me.
Nice. I was quite surprised really that there's a game like that. It's quite a classic game, really. That I've played and loved that you haven't. So it was quite nice for me to be like, oh, cool, I can give him this game.
Probably too busy playing Zelda.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, let's be honest. Sweet as.
Nice.
Right. So there we go. That's our entertainment exchanges. We're not going to exchange yet. Because I've got something planned.
Yes, you do. I don't actually know what you got planned. And that ominous laugh doesn't fill me with much.
No. So it's Halloween. It's coming up to Halloween. It's sort of... 'tis the season to get spoopy.
Fa la 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 la.
Boo. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, a ghost!
So I thought I'd make the entertainment exchange like I did last year, kind of. So last year I remember I rolled a dice, and we were I was like, it's trick or treat. If you get a lower one, you're gonna get.
Yes, and I got the nice one, and then chose the awful one for some reason, and ended up with evil fucking aliens.
Yep. So this year, gonna make it a bit more challenging, Saul.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this year I'm not gonna let you. Well, I mean, obviously, if you want to turn around and have the shitty one, that's fine.
Okay.
But I'm happy for you to sort of say, no, I'm gonna get it. I'm
Okay.
gonna keep the. So we're gonna do a spoopy Halloween quiz.
Yay! Is it film based? Because oh dear.
Yes, it is.
Oh dear.
So, I mean, granted, I have
rigged.
to say,
It's rigged.
full disclosure. A lot of these films are like kind of classic-y like Halloween films that I actually haven't seen.
That's gonna make me feel no less better when I get them all wrong.
No. So there are. Oh wait, hang on. There are 12 questions.
Okay.
If you get 6 points or more, you get the good one.
Great.
If you get 6 points or less, if you get 5 points or less, then you get the shitty
The really good one.
Yeah, no.
Damn it.
You get the not so good one. You get the trick or you get the treat.
All right. If you want to join in, then grab some paper and join in at home.
There's a couple of different rounds as well. So,
okay.
Like it's not just going to be just questions and stuff. It's so we're going to start off easy.
All right. Don't say that.
No, I think you'll get some of the. I mean, Christ Almighty! If you don't get the first one, then fucking hell, Saul. Right. So
no pressure or anything. All right. Cool. I'm down.
It's a quote game.
A quote game. Okay.
It's a quote game. Okay. So now initially I was gonna say, give me the name and the name and the film.
Name and the film.
Like, so who said it and what film it's from.
Okay, gotcha.
But hang on a minute.
He's counting.
12,
He's doing spoopy
12,
counting.
14, 15, 16.
It's terrifying.
Oh fucking hell! I lost count now, Saul. Hang on, I'm just trying to work out how many points. I might add this into the point system.
Everyone, just be silent
1,
a minute so Adam can
3,
count.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, right. So I changed my mind about the point system.
This is why you come here, folks. For grand entertainment such as this.
So there's 20 points.
Oh, okay. Cool.
If you get 10 or more, then you get a thing. So this first round, there's 2 points per question up for grabs.
Okay.
Okay.
It's almost like you're making it up as we go along or something.
I know. But, I mean, having said that, I made it easier for you because if you get, obviously, if you get both the character and the film, right?
Okay.
Then you'll get 8 points. And
All
then
right.
you only have to get 2 more points, right? And then you got the 10. So
All right.
I think that's pretty fair.
I'm ready.
So
I'm not ready, but I'm ready.
the first quote is, "You'll float too."
Gotcha.
Who said it? What film?
Pennywise, it.
There we go. That's 2 points. Boom.
Yay!
I told you the first round would be easy.
Phew.
Okay. Here's Johnny.
That is from The Shining.
Uh-huh. Who said it?
Ah!
Just the first name will do.
Johnny?
It's not Johnny.
It's
No.
not Johnny.
It's Jack.
It's fucking Jack, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's still 1 point though.
Jack Nicholson?
That's the actor is Jack Nicholson. It's
Isn't
weird.
that Jack
yeah,
Nicholson?
It's Jack.
Ah, damn.
I can't remember his second name now. I didn't even write it down because I was like, he won't get the second name.
I've never seen Shining.
I have actually. Yeah, I have. Very long time ago. It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
No fucking idea. No clue.
No.
No clue.
I'll give you another quote from him. I bet you won't get it though. Still, would you fuck me? Like fuck me so hard.
I mean, I know the quote. I just don't know where it comes from or who says it.
It's from the Silence of the Lambs. It's Buffalo Bill.
No idea. Literally, I don't do horror films, so
It's so funny is the fact that Buffalo Bill is like basically the bad guy in it, but everyone talks about Hannibal Lecter.
yeah.
It. Like,
Yeah.
it's so weird. It's such a bizarre film.
And then they made Hannibal, which didn't
did.
do well.
Oh really? I haven't seen Hannibal.
Yeah.
Hannibal.
I watched Nostalgia Critic on it, and he didn't favourite.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I haven't actually watched the film, so really I can't cast
No,
judgment.
but I mean it's nostalgia critic, so
yeah,
So that was a no.
that's a
we
big
came,
old no.
we came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Again, I recognise the quote.
I mean, this isn't really a horror film, but it's definitely a Halloween-y film. We came, we saw, we kicked his ass.
I don't know.
It's true. This man has no dick. No?
No.
Dr. Peter Venkman from Ghostbusters. Have you not seen Ghostbusters?
I haven't actually seen Ghostbusters, no.
I really thought you would have seen Ghostbusters.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
At Saul in the comments,
it's,
people.
It's one that I absolutely should have seen by now, but no, I haven't.
Press F to pay respects to Saul for not seeing.
Press F to lynch Saul.
Wow, well that was the first round. You have 3 points, so not as exciting.
Solid, mate. Solid.
That's good. That's what I was hoping.
I told you, I'm just not.
I know,
Great.
but it's freaking. I don't know. I'm not going to do horror games because I definitely wouldn't know anything.
Exactly.
I know. Right, so now we're on to the general knowledge round. Well, I mean, general knowledge, like cool facts round, I suppose. Let's call it that.
Okay.
Okay, so in the film Halloween, which I know you've seen because you gave that to me a couple of years ago
Yes.
as a non-entertainment exchange for not a podcast, but
Indeed.
it was an.
It's one of the few horror films that I have seen. Yes.
So, in the film Halloween, Michael Myers wears a mask. Who is it of?
Oh, dude off Star Trek, but
Come on.
no.
Don't have to, it doesn't have to be the actors. It could be the actor's name or the character name.
No, I don't watch Star Trek, so all I know is that it's a mask off a character from Star Trek. It's not Kirk, no.
Yeah.
Kirk?
Yeah, it's Kirk. Yeah, Captain Kirk. Yeah,
Oh.
correct. Well done. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, Captain Kirk. So, question 2: why did they use this mask?
Because it was cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
it was cheap. They basically needed a cheap prop, and they found it in a shop and just spray painted it white.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, nice one. Wow. I knew you'd get the Halloween ones. Sweet. So when Wes Craven was looking for a company to make Nightmare on Elm Street, no one was biting. No one was interested.
Right.
Apart from one studio. Who was it?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't go with this studio
Okay.
in the end.
I don't know why, but I just had like flashes of gaming studios pop up in my head. It was like, why?
Yeah,
No.
it's definitely not a gaming studio.
All I'm gonna do here is literally just list gaming.
Do you want me to give you a multiple choice?
If your rules will allow it, yes, because currently I'm
Yeah,
stumped.
why not? Why not? Okay, so A, Paramount,
Mm-hmm.
B, Universal,
I was thinking
or
maybe Universal.
C, Disney.
It wouldn't be Disney. Surely. Universal.
It was Disney.
Fuck off, was it Disney?
Yeah. So Disney offered him to make the film, but like more of a kid-friendly version. Like
That's why they didn't go for it.
Yeah, and obviously
Okay.
he turned around and was like, well, no, because like I want to make a horror film.
Right.
Like, yeah,
Wow.
insane,
I'm
right?
trying to imagine a Disney version of.
I mean, I suppose it would just be
Elm
like
Street.
a villain that would go into their dreams. I suppose is one way of doing it. Like, but not necessarily killing them. Do you know what I mean? Like, just sort of causing havoc. Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to haunt you in your dreams.
Yeah. So I thought that one was pretty interesting.
That is genuinely quite interesting. Yes.
Yeah. There we go. I thought that was lovely. So Alfred, put your teeth in. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho was the first film to feature what?
Toilets.
Yeah, well done. It was a toilet. Yeah, it was a toilet and a toilet flushing as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so not only the toilet but a toilet flushing.
Fucking yes, my film studies experience coming in right
Yeah.
there from fucking ages ago. But yeah.
There we go. All right, sweet. I better give you a fucking point, hadn't I? Really?
Please do. That'd be nice.
Up to 6, Saul.
Great.
Which of these not three. Which of these 4 musicians has not appeared in a horror movie or TV show? So, A. Lady Gaga, B. Danny Filth.
Story.
Danny Filth from Cradle of Filth. C. Fergie, or D. Eminem.
Eminem. I know Gaga has because that was American Horror Story.
Yep.
The other 3 I'm not so sure on. All I can think Eminem's been in was 22 Mile. 22 Mile?
8 Mile.
8 Mile.
Yeah.
Why am I thinking of 22 Mile? Oh, yeah, it's an action film. That wasn't all that great.
8 Mile's awesome.
Yeah, 8 Mile is amazing. 22 Mile, not so much. Don't watch it.
Okay, don't give me for entertainment exchange then, and I won't.
Ooh.
Fuck off.
I reckon Eminem seems like the type of person who would be like, yeah, I'll fucking go in a horror film. That sounds like fun. What are the other 2 again?
Danny Filth and Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, Fergie. I mean, Cradle of Filth seems like they would absolutely go in a horror film, but I don't know if you're just throwing me a...
Just throwing you a bone, like, you know, sort of like,
throwing you a bone here.
A red herring.
Exactly, because he did it with Disney of all things.
I know, right?
I'm going to go with Fergie.
Nope.
Who?
Eminem.
Eminem? Oh,
Yeah.
God damn it.
So, so Lady Gaga, as you said, she was in,
she was in
American Horror Story. Danny Filth was in a B movie called Cradle of Fear, where he literally basically played himself as a serial killer.
Okay.
It's basically like Evil Aliens, but honestly, worse. Like, it's really crazy. Yeah, that's bizarre. It's a very bizarre film.
You may have noticed I was silent there. It's because I was trying not to spit beer
Yeah.
everywhere.
And Fergie was in a film called Planet Terror, which was the...
I have Planet Terror, but I haven't watched it yet. I have it, literally, because
God.
it was part of my dad's DVD collection,
Honestly,
so I have it.
One of my favourite zombie films. I think it's one of my
Yes.
favourite zombie films. Yeah,
So
Robert
if you
Rodriguez.
ever did give it to me as an entertainment exchange, then I already have it. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, no, Eminem wasn't in it, and it hasn't been, to my knowledge, that I could find. He hasn't been in any horror
Damn,
films.
he does seem like the kind of person that would, doesn't he?
Did, however, do a song for Scary Movie, like as in like the thing. Doesn't count.
Doesn't really count.
Because he wasn't in
no.
it, but he did do a song for it. That was in the end credits. Right, so that was a no-go.
Yeah.
Still on 6 points, Saul.
Yeah, I know.
1, 2, 3. Ooh. I mean, we can't win it back now. We've only got 3 questions left, I'm afraid.
Fine. I mean, I knew this was going to happen because my horror,
I was really rooting for you.
Great.
I mean, you were so close.
Was I?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, if you had got one more right, then you would have got 9. You would have got 10. But yeah, I mean, if you get all these right, then you'll only have 9.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's one of our favourite old games. It's the movie game. The movie game. This was actually really...
The new one's great, by the way.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I've watched it. It's brilliant. Interesting fact: the new one, the Valley Folk, watch it. It's got Randy.
Who we talked about in our last
week.
podcast.
So insane.
I literally saw it in the thumbnail and like immediately messaged you like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
like,
it's so good. But yeah, so this was really hard to do. Really hard.
Awesome. I look forward to messing it up.
Yeah, it was very hard. So, first one. Don't read the title, read the description. I nearly wrote the title. A strange being in the form of a clown terrorizes a small town who passes a deadly curse through sexual intercourse.
It? No.
I mean, you got it.
Yeah, it.
These are all horror films, by the way.
Yes, no,
Which is what made it harder.
Uh-huh. All I can think of is teeth.
No.
Which isn't it.
No, I mean, to be fair, that would work.
Yeah?
That would work.
I mean...
It's not, though.
It's not a curse. Like, she just, like, you know...
I mean, I kind of cheated with this one. I just realised I kind of cheated.
Deadly curse.
It's a fairly recent one. The second one. It's quite a new one.
Oh, I see. I haven't caught up with any modern horror stuff at
Okay.
all. End of story. It it follows. No, it follows.
Yeah.
It follows.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, yeah.
That literally just popped into my
Yeah.
head.
So I mean, it's kind of cheating because like it should like be it to and then it and then
E.T. follows.
yeah.
You home.
It yeah. It follows actually a quite good film. It's it's quite it's basically this little demon that like it basically curses you, and then when you shag someone else, you pass on the curse to them, and the demon starts following them. So obviously, like, it's people like trying to fuck someone to try and pass on the demon.
Cool.
Yeah, it's great. It's good fun. Yeah. So next, for God's sake, stop scrolling up. Right. In space, no one can hear you scream, as this seemingly unstoppable creature reaches into your dreams and kills you in your sleep.
Alien Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. I mean, it is a Nightmare on Elm Street, but like literally, if
I
like
mean,
all horror films either have a or the at the beginning of them, making this game very hard. Like, I'm like, fuck off. So I was like, I'm just gonna get rid of the right. A crazy German Oh yeah, point. Sorry.
I mean,
Not that it fucking
matter at
matter.
this stage, does it?
The
I'm just playing for pride.
Whoa. You missed that, didn't you?
I really did. I was too
That's
busy
fine, that's
explaining
good.
How I'm missing on how I'm just playing for
I
pride at this stage.
I did the thing where I read the title.
Whoops.
Okay. A crazy German scientist creates a disturbing creation using three
Human-
test
Yeah,
subjects
human centipede.
as the dead rise and walk the earth. Hello? That was really loud.
That was really loud.
that your
Shut up, phone.
So the dead rise and walk the
It's
earth.
hopefully someone, giving me the answer.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, Saul. You fucked it.
So, human centipede. So, human centipede, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Dawn of the
Dead.
Dead.
Whoa! Dawn of the Dead, Raggy. No. Fucking
That's the next Scooby-Doo special.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Human Centipede, Dawn of the Dead meet Scooby Doo. Rolo, human centipede. Well, I'm sorry to say, Saul, that
9
we fucked it.
points.
9 points.
Oh,
I'm just gonna check.
What
I'm definitely yeah.
Damn.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, you know what? I gave it
5.
a good old college try, didn't I?
6, 7,
I didn't do quite
8,
as dreadfully as I thought I would.
9. Yeah, 9. 9 points.
Oh well. Can't win them all.
I know, man. I'm sorry. I'm actually genuinely gutted because I really wanted to see this film. That was a good one. Do you want to know what the good film was?
Go on then. Make me sad.
Okay, so the film I was going to give you was Misery,
Okay.
which is
Sounds
isn't really horror.
delightful.
It is a fantastic film, starring Kathy Bates and James Caan, written by Stephen King.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen this.
You
I've
have seen
it. No. As in, I've seen it on like lists
And stuff.
like that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Haven't seen the film. No. But I have heard really good stuff about it.
Yeah, it's a
actually.
fantastic film. But you're not
Cool.
watching
I'm
that.
gonna hand that straight back to you
Yeah.
then.
Do you want to know what your treat is, as
It's
it were?
not like Evil Aliens 2. or
No,
something, is
they
it?
didn't make it in Evil Aliens 2. That's a shame,
Good.
though, right? Unless they have, and I haven't found it yet. No, this is actually, I think, might be worse.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Is it going to be like an hour and a half long rant instead of a 45-minute rant this time round?
I'm not sure whether you'll be able to sit through this. If I'm being perfectly honest,
How much whiskey am I going to need?
a lot.
Oh,
I'm not sure if you're
God
going to be able to
damn
even
it.
drink whiskey. All I can say is, don't eat before or during this film.
Oh, Christ. Why?
It's a Japanese horror film.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. They are masters at horror. What the fuck are you giving me?
This film is called Tokyo Gore Police.
That I've heard of this, and I've been told it's like really corny gore.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it is so corny gore. I mean, I have to say, my favorite part of this is I can't pronounce her name, Ihaishina.
I mean, that sounds.
She is, she's the best part of it. She's a great actress, also quite attractive as well.
Honestly, I haven't heard god awful, terrible things about this.
I love it. It's a great story. It.
I mean, yeah. Look, that blood is just comically hilarious.
Oh yeah,
You know what?
It literally.
All
is
I
just
know
insane.
is that all I know is that there's a scene in it where someone gets both of their legs chopped off and it basically jetpack themselves in the air due to propulsion with blood.
Yeah, basically.
Which sounds hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucked up in many ways, but I mean, yeah, just don't eat during it. Basically, is probably my thing. It's just gore for the sake of gore. But it's brilliant. It's a great little film.
So, in terms of horror, how is it?
It's not necessarily scary. It's just gory, I think.
Okay, gore I can deal with as long as it. I was about to say.
There's no like jump scares or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just gruesome imagery.
Yeah.
No,
I can deal with that.
I reckon if you can sit through Evil Aliens, you can sit through that. I think. In terms of gore.
Is it as bad as acting as Evil Aliens?
I mean, yeah. I suppose there are definitely some bad acting, but the thing is, you kind of, without sounding, it's really hard. But obviously, a lot of these sort of Asian,
is it
like,
just
exploitation films and stuff? They're very they're just so, it's so ham.
It seems like a different culture.
It is a very different culture,
which is fine.
Yeah.
Because saying different culture, then I can bloody deal with it. Evil Aliens had no fucking excuse.
No. I mean she is great. I actually think that she carries it, and she brings. If anything, she's just a bit too serious, maybe at times for it. But yeah, I think it's fun.
You know what? This isn't. I don't think this is as bad as it could be.
There's definitely some controversial moments in it.
Ooh.
Definitely some controversial. I'm like, oh my god! But I'll let you decide what those are when you watch it.
You'll let me rant about that for a good.
Maybe we just won't even talk about it on air because they're pretty controversial.
Okay,
but just skip over those bits. It's fine.
And then this happened. Moving on.
Moving on.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool.
So there we go. It's a nice gory film for you.
Winner of Best Asian Film.
Yeah. And if you like that, then you should watch Audition as well because she's in that. And actually, that's a scary film, but that's good. Great acting. Good acting.
I literally thought you put a "the" in front of that. So if you like that, you should watch her audition.
Yeah. No.
It's great.
Her audition's lovely. No.
All right.
Go on, Saul.
My entertainment exchange for you. I messaged Kat actually.
I know, she was telling me.
Cool. How much did she tell you?
No, she just asked me. She just said, would you be up for a game?
Okay.
And I just said, probably not because...
Yeah, I basically messaged her going, would it be better to do a game or a film? How busy is he going to be in the next month? Quite busy. Turns out you've got panto rehearsal. Who knew?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. It's pretty insane.
I probably should have put 2 and 2 together, to be honest, but I was quite tired.
Yeah, and then band practice in between then as well. But that's fine.
So, I've got a game in the works, but for another time. So, instead, I have a film for you, and it's based in horror, but not really. Again, it's incredibly corny.
Yeah.
So, we're having a nice, corny podcast next time round. And honestly, I kind of can't believe you haven't seen it, to be honest. It seems like your kind of thing.
Every time you say that, I'm always like, maybe I have.
Yeah. What I brought you is The Lost Boys.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I can see why you think I haven't seen that. Yeah.
This is great. I love it. It's corny as absolute fuck, but it's the right kind of corny.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's a vampire film.
Yeah. I thought it was. Is it Johnny? No, it's not Johnny Depp.
Mm-mm.
No. Why did I think it was Johnny Depp? I don't know.
This is really cool. I enjoy it a lot, and I think you'll have a laugh of it as well.
Sweet. Awesome stuff. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna celebrate Halloween after Halloween.
After Halloween, yeah.
Yay!
We kind of did a bit of Halloween-y shit today. It's fine.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Oh well done us for getting through another podcast.
For getting through yet another podcast.
Very good. Good times are had by all.
Indeed.
Thank you very much. If you're listening and if you've listened all the way through, let us know how you did in the quiz. Tell us if you know.
probably did better than I did.
Yeah, probably. Probably. But, to be fair, I don't know how well I do, if I'm being perfectly honest. But obviously,
I just don't do well with horror films, as we found out in that quiz.
Well, you did all right. To be honest,
I didn't do dreadful.
You got just under half the questions right. So I think you did okay. That's passable. Just not passable enough to get the good film.
Yeah.
No. Tokyo Ghoul Police is a good film, but in its own little way.
Cool. I look forward to it. Anyway, you can get hold of us on Let's Talk BS1 on Twitter. If you have any questions that you want to send in, then that's the best place to send it towards. You can also get hold of me personally on Twitter at Saul Reed.
And you can get me at, I've forgotten what it is.
At Queenie Bond.
At ads Queenie Bond.
That's the one.
At ads Queenie Bond. So sorry, I just got a tweet from bloody All 4 about my complaint about how shitty their app is. And they haven't actually watched the video clearly. Sorry. Tangent. Yes, at ads Queenie Bond. You can get us on Facebook as well. At Facebook.
Let's Talk BS2.
Yep, that is. And yeah, please do send us in your questions and your queries. Anything goes. Like if you have anything you want us to talk about, if you have any entertainment exchanges that you'd like us to do, any sort of films or things, you're like, have you guys seen this? No, I haven't. Saul has. Maybe give it to Saul or whatever.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
We've definitely got a joint entertainment exchange, possibly in the works. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah. Okay.
We should get on that.
We'll get on that.
Yeah.
We will. We certainly will.
And actually, it's approaching Christmas time, so maybe that's the best time.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, it's been a year since that thing was said. So maybe we should do that.
That's right. We leave them dangling.
Yeah, we do.
Leave them dangling. So please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Yep.
That'd be lovely. And leave a comment on the YouTube video.
Yeah,
share it with your mates.
We always enjoy hearing from you. So
definitely, yeah, we really do enjoy. Like, share it with your mates. If anyone that you like, if anyone says, "I'm looking for a good podcast to listen to," then say, "Hey, Let's Talk BS is pretty good," or don't. But please do, because it'll be nice to get more people. We want to get more people listening.
Yeah, definitely.
Make it just so we're not just talking to ourselves.
We do enjoy doing that.
We do enjoy it.
Interacting with people is also nice.
We like when we get questions in. It was good.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Good. It's good
definitely.
stuff. Sweet. So thank you all so much for listening. And join us next time. We'll be talking more
BS.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. This is Halloween.